Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. We'll see the defending world champion Boston Celtics and the Chicago Bulls. On the wing, Rodman. And Boston with the rebound.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Hits it from three-point range.
A solid outside game. Holiday has good lift on his J, and at 6'4", he can get his shot off against just about anybody. And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Pippen. And just miss after miss right now. Here's Holiday. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Holiday's got 5.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Now here is Holiday. Scotty Pippen unable to get his shot to go. Here's White. Offline with his 3.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Lethal from the mid-range. Pippen doesn't need much airspace to feel comfortable with that jumper.
Tatum. That one, no good. Some solid defense by Rodman. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Bulls shooting their first free throws of the game. That free throw good from Pippen.
And what doesn't Scotty Pippen do? A very polished defender who can also rain buckets down from wherever. Whenever Scotty's on the floor, he is making trouble for you.
Now here's White. Brown outside. Trains the three-pointer.
Now, Jaylen Brown gets his feet set in the catch and shoot and just drills it.
And here's Harper from the arc. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Here's Tatum. Lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. Shot clock at 3, and it's White missing. Bulls trail by 7. Down low, Rodman. Some solid defense from Brown. Here's the Celtics with the ball. Here's Rodman. And Rodman with the slam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And the Bulls decide to take their first time out here. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for Chicago. Trailing here by 8. Kerr can't hit. And the Celtics with possession here. It's White on the wing. Off target from outside.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Shoots it up. And the Bulls with another miss.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Holiday with the 3. From the arc. Rodman grabs the miss.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Kukoc gets the bucket.
A legitimate threat to burn you outside. Kukoc understands when he should take that shot.
Outside, White. Pass to Tatum. 1 second left. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. It's the Celtics up 5. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for Boston.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
Three-pointer, Kukoc. Celtics leading by 5. Here's Shireman. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, Jason Tatum has proven he can score at the NBA level, but you want to see him share the basketball pretty fast.
To the left side wing. Pass to Pritchard. Now Tatum. Lets it go from deep. And Kerr pulls it down. Now the Bulls with it. Here's Kukoc. Got it. Good job in the low post. Kukoc has got 5.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Horford. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
This is an example of Al Horford's such a difficult cover. He's tall, he's long, and he utilizes all of that to his advantage. This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Bulls trail by 7. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And you can tell Kerr has a good sense for the floor, which helps him find a ready shooter to deliver the ball to.
And it goes down 2 points.
A little breakdown there, letting them get that rebound. You can't allow that to happen.
It's stolen by Kerr. And they're moving it up. Here's Rodman. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line.
And as a free throw shooter, Rodman has his challenges. One of those guys who almost shoots a better percentage from the field. Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Driving to the basket. Pass to Pritchard. Outside Holiday. Boston again missing. Chicago trailing here. Greg, they're in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
And the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Missed inside. Here's Chicago. Here's Rodman. And the jam by Dennis Rodman.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the two J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
Back, David, remember a couple of years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. Glad they're still together.
That three-point shooting sets up every aspect of Jaylen Brown's game. What a pretty shot.
Chicago calls timeout. Here's Chicago. They trail by 1. Jordan deciding where to go with it. Now here's Kukoc. 7 points in the game. No good that time. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
And I love Holiday's shot selection. Fantastic at realizing when he should shoot off the catch.
Celtics leading by 4. White wide open. He fires. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
So it's Chicago now to end the run. It's Jordan with the drive. And the foul called on Michael Jordan. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Here's Holiday into the lane, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
And how about the burst there of speed from Holiday on the drive, zipping in before the D can rotate.
Back to Jordan. Traps in the tray.
And with that three-pointer, how about ending that 11-0 run by Boston?
And so it's Holiday with it. They'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Horford from outside. Knocked away. Bulls trailed by 6. Ring shot on the way. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Jordan's got 5 points now in the quarter. Here's Holiday. Got a hand on it. And they'll keep possession. Three-pointer. Drills the three-pointer. And the Celtics lead by 7.
And he's got it all working for him tonight. Holiday's effort level and energy are off the charts. And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. And that one misses. Boston leading by 5. And stolen by Jordan. .32 seconds left in the second quarter. For Chicago, they have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight.
Second personal foul.
That one is off.
The team is in
The drive, the willpower of Michael Jordan is on a completely different level. He is competing every second he is on the floor and always looking for any way he can beat you. And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first half. Pass to White. Fires the 3. Holiday has been on display for Boston. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. And we'll be right back after this.
36.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. And Chicago has possession. A 2-point game. Longley can't get it to go.
Boy, that's too easy to miss, but somehow he finds a way to do it.
Tatum's shot is off. Upside Pippen. Shoots over Brown. And that one comes up a bit short. Here's White. Hands it from downtown. White's got 9.
You have to have a quick release in the catch-and-shoot game. Otherwise, you allow the defender to catch up. Derek White's like, no, sir. I'm putting this one home. Absolutely tenacious, guys. Stuck right on him defensively. Bothered that shot.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Bulls trail by 5. Pippen. And Pippen slams it in.
Nice drive by Pippen there. Terrific at just finding his way to the rim.
Here's Holiday. Jordan with the rebound. So it's Chicago now to the inside. Porzingis with the steal. Here's White. There's the drive. They recover it. They grab their own miss. Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. Holiday with the 3. It's all in by the Bulls.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Boston leading by 3. Over in the corner, White. Fires for 3. Rodman grabs the miss.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Jordan with the bucket.
And we've seen it. He can do this all game. Jordan with a great burst there to get the finish.
Holiday looking over the floor. Ball's knocked loose. Harper with the steal. Here's Pippen. Here's Rodman. Jordan outside for the lead. It's hauled in by Porzingis. The Celtics with the lead. Launches it. Boston again missing.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Longley can't get it to go.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
Kicks it out to Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
Yeah, it's like he just keeps going up and up. Limitless vertical for MJ.
Here's Tatum. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And so he makes both from the line.
What impresses me about Jason Tatum are his work habits, his commitment in the offseason to adding something else to his arsenal. We know he can play high-level basketball on both ends. The sky is the limit.
We've got 1:55 left here in the third quarter. Here's Pippen. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Look how Pippen stays nimble inside, adjusting to get the shot off despite the contact.
Well, free throw shooting is a constant cause of concern for them, and today that concern has been front and center.
Holiday inside the line. Boston, no good that time either.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Kerr can't hit. And the Celtics with possession here. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
Now into the lineup for your Bulls. Number 8, Dickie Simpkins.
Chicago trailing here. Kerr outside. A three-pointer, no good. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up to the Boston Celtics. They've led by as many as 11 points.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
And here's Tatum for three. Good on the triple. Tatum's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, Jason Tatum always working to expand his range. He might as well be in the next county.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
On the wing, Brown. Three-pointer. No good. Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Porzingis can't hit. Outside, Kukoc. Lets it fly. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Kukoc has got the game tied up here for Chicago. Inside. The kick out to Holiday. And the last-second attempt doesn't fall. That's the end of the third, and it's all tied up. And fourth-quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this.
44.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Here's Pritchard. Got a piece of it. Going inside. Here's Kukoc. Pass to Wennington. Back to Kukoc. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Nice ball movement by Boston. Craig. No good with the triple. And here are the Bulls now. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Here's Kerr for three. A three-pointer is right on target. And the Bulls lead by 3. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Chicago.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
And Craig has it in the corner. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Craig's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Bulls call timeout. And a new group in for the Celtics. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Guys, during that last break, I heard Phil Jackson as he talked with the team. He told his guys to max it out on the 3. If those shots aren't coming, then we need to move on. There are other looks for us out there. Want some diversity in those shot attempts, guys.
Thank you, David. This one for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Now, what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Celtics?
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
Here's Holiday, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Outside Jordan. It's up a 3. Rebound Boston. They've led by as many as 11 points. Pass to Tatum. Porzingis with the ball. Here's White, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one. Now it's a 5-point Boston lead. From deep, Jordan. That missed basket now makes him 4 of 8 from the field. Nice D from Porzingis.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Pippen with the wide open look. Bangs home the trifecta.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
Here's White. It's hauled in by Longley. Pippen down low. And that comes off the assist by Longley.
This is a big-time game for Scotty offensively thus far. He's setting a high bar for the rest of the guys on that end.
Pass to White. And stolen by Jordan. Here's Pippen. And the slam dunk by Pippen.
You gotta respect the quickness of Pippen. Just terrific at getting to the right spot there in transition.
Outside Tatum. Brown outside. Luke Longley grabs the miss. The Bulls with the lead. 3, Pippen does not fall through. He's missed 6 of his 14 attempts. Brown right side. Over in the corner, White. No good, unable to end this run.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Right side, White. Outside, Holiday. The shot, no good.
If you want to cut into a lead, you have got to trust your teammates and move the ball.
Second team foul.
Chicago with the ball. They lead by 4. And he commits the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for your Bulls.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
2 shots.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
And not as productive a trip as you would like, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
And an intentional foul right there.
Fourth personal foul. Fourth team foul.
And the first of 2, no good, heartbreaker.
At the line for your Bulls.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Here's Boston. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And Derek White picks up the foul. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
Obviously upset to have to take a seat here, but at this point, I don't think it'll have an impact. The game's probably out of reach anyway.
Well, just knocking them down from the charity stripe, extending the lead. Simple basketball.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Well, it's been a hard-fought battle through much of the night. They just missed out on a couple of opportunities they'd love to do over.
You know, give them credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
At the line for Chicago, Michael Jordan. 2 shots.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 9-point ball game here.
That's what you call slamming the door. This one is over.
Out left to the wing. Here's Porzingis. Misses and the dry spell continues. And Jordan gets it to go. So the Bulls win it even early on in this one. It seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony,